Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome to another tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the Combine self-unloading mode. Alright, so the first thing you do is grab your Combine, and I'm going to record a little course right here. So this is what you need to do. So get your Combine, start recording your course like so, wherever you want to start unloading. So in this case, I want to unload my Combine into that trailer right there. So I'm going to put the pipe out just so I have an idea of where I want to be. Just going to let that do it. Of course, once again, to bring up the HUD, it's right click to bring up the HUD, and if you want to choose different options, it would be left clicking. Okay, so there we go. So I want to line up my pipe just underneath right there, and if that's where I want my pipe to be in relation to this trailer, I'm going to hit the waypoint right there, left click to set a waypoint, and then I'm going to continue driving along. I'm going to drive back into the field like so. Okay. So that's all you need to do for the Combine self-unloading mode. Okay, you don't really need to record any other course. So here's how it works. So first, select the Combine self-unloading mode, and of course you can save this course by left-clicking on the save button. We'll call this Combi 2 or 21, whatever, and now it's saved under here. So if I want to load that course, I would hit left click for start recording if I want to start a new course, for example, just as a reference. If I want to select the course we just recorded, it'd be left click and then left click on the little folder right here, and that'll load the course we just created. Okay, so now it's loaded, and now we're getting ready to go. So the first thing you need to do is come to the point where you want to start harvesting. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to start this Combine over on the other side here. So what I'm going to do is start it over here, I think would be a good place. And what I do is I actually hire a worker. So let's get lined up here, that's good. And now I hire a worker. So press H to hire a worker, and then I left click to start this course. And what will happen is, depending on how you have your settings set up, in this case, I have mine set up so it drives on at 10%, which is unrealistic. You would set it to 100% if you're doing this for real, but this is for demonstration purposes. So I set it to 10%. So what that means is once the Combine is 10% full, it will drive the course that we created over there. Okay, so it's at 2% right now. So we're going to wait till it comes to 10%. So what will happen is once it reaches 10%, it'll drive up here where we started recording our course. It'll drive up here, and then it'll drive over to the tractor and the trailer right over here. And once it reaches over the trailer, that's where we set the waiting point. So it'll unload the grain into that trailer, and then it will continue driving down here where we stopped the course. So that's what it should do, okay? So that you may need to adjust where your trailer is in some cases, because the Combine may think it's going to collide with the trailer. So keep that in mind. Courseplay thinks it's going to collide with some things sometimes, okay? So our Combine's at 6% now. So if I lower this down to 5%, so now it's past that 5% threshold. So now as you can see, it's backing up. It's moving away from the crop there. It's going to make the turn. And once it makes the turn there, it's going to drive to that first waypoint, which is up here. So let's go ahead and hop into this tractor and just watch the Combine, just so you can see that I'm not controlling the Combine at all. Okay, so the Combine's driving towards us. If you remember, that first waypoint we had was about here somewhere. Okay, so that's where the Combine's going to drive to. It's going to stick out its pipe, and hopefully, if all goes well, it will unload right into the trailer right here. So keep this number in mind. 635 is how many liters we have in the trailer right now. Okay. So let's see how this works all together. So there's the Combine. It's heading towards us right now. And you should see it get ready to start putting its pipe out. So there's the first waypoint it just hit. Now it's making the turn. So it's going to get ready to start putting the pipe out as it gets closer. There you go. So there, now it's getting close to the trailer. The pipe should start coming out. There it is. So now when the pipe is fully out, it's going to unload into the trailer like so. As you can see, our capacity is increasing, and then once it's finished unloading, it's going to continue on the path that we set it to continue. And what will happen now is once it finishes the last pass, or finishes the last point, which is over there, see where the stop is? That was the last point we created. And now it's returning to where it left off with the hired worker. Okay, so it's going to continue to where it left off, just up here, right at the edge here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where. And it's going to continue combining the field until it reaches the 5% threshold that we set. Now, of course, if you want to use this realistically, you'd set it to 100%, so when it's completely full, then it will unload. So keep that in mind. Okay, so now it's aligning back up where it was before, and it's going to continue to where it left off. So there it goes, it's continuing harvesting, and again it's set to 5%, so once that combine reaches 5%, it'll do exactly the same thing once again. So like I said, you really wouldn't want it to set that low, you want it set to 100%. And of course, if you want to change this number, you can use your scroll wheel, or you can left click the plus or minus button, whichever you want to set it to. So that is the combine self-unloading mode. I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. My name's Iain Robson. If you enjoy, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more tutorials. Catch you guys later.